It all started on a quiet summer night in 1978. An unsuspecting hitchhiker, a friendly driver, and a ride that would become the beginning of one of the most chilling crime stories in history. This is a story of Jeffrey Dahmer's first victim and how one fateful decision changed everything. After the age of 14, Jeff became an alcoholic as the conflicts between his parents escalated. Throughout his childhood, he received little to no attention, leaving him feeling isolated. In 1978, his parents finally divorced. His father, mother, and younger brother all moved out, leaving Jeffrey alone in the family home. During this time, Dahmer was coming to terms with his sexuality and realized that he was different from others. He was gay. June 18, 1978. An 18-year-old man was walking down a lonely street, hitchhiking his way home after a rock concert at Chippewa Lake Park. He was young and full of energy, ready to end the night on a high note. A vehicle pulled up beside him, its brake lights glowing red before coming to a complete stop. A rush of excitement coursed through the young man as he approached the car window. Inside sat another young man, seemingly friendly. The driver offered him a ride, promising exactly what he wanted: a place to relax, plenty of alcohol, and a good time. The hitchhiker accepted the offer. The driver had the house to himself and assured him there would be no shortage of drinks. The hitchhiker was Stephen Hicks, and the driver was Jeffrey Dahmer. To persuade Hicks to get in the car, Dahmer told him they could go back to his house for a few beers. And he wasn't lying. In a later interview, Jeffrey admitted he was drawn to Stephen because he had been walking shirtless. As Hicks got into the car, Jeffrey turned on the music. They agreed to have some drinks at Dahmer's house. During the drive, they talked, but Dahmer subtly attempted to make sexual advances toward Hicks. However, things didn't go as he had hoped. After a few hours, they arrived at the house and shared a beer together. But the conversation frustrated Dahmer. Hicks kept talking about girls and how much he liked them. At that moment, Dahmer realized that any attempt at intimacy would be completely rejected. A few hours later, Hicks told Dahmer he was ready to leave, but Dahmer didn't want him to go. In a sudden act of desperation, Dahmer grabbed a barbell and struck Hicks, killing him. After the murder, he dismembered Hicks' body and stuffed the remains into a deep drainage pipe in his parents' backyard. Later, he decided to dig up the body parts and dispose of them elsewhere.
I always knew that it was wrong, but after the first killing was not planned. I was coming back from the shopping mall back in '78. I had fantasies about picking up a hitchhiker and taking him back to the house and having complete control and dominance over him. To fight it because I couldn't rid myself of it. It was too powerful and persistent.
Do you dislike it?
Yes, it's caused a lot of problems for me. A lot of conflicts and unanswered questions.
Like many serial killers, Dahmer's first murder was unplanned. It was an impulsive act. Hicks' parents wouldn't learn the truth about their son's fate for another 13 years. Notably, Dahmer did not kill anyone between 1978 and 1987. This marks the end of the story of Jeffrey Dahmer's first victim. Stay tuned for more chilling story.